fall out of his hands.
Tyler Bass about ready to get us going.
And off we go from Jacksonville.
Takes it at the 7. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
They're led by the #1 overall pick of the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Now ETN to start the drive.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
The numbers on the ground for ETN last week.
North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 48 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On play action, Lawrence.
and here is Jones. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. The end result, 21 yards.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Lawrence will throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now Lawrence. Flush to his right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Lawrence going to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly to the football field win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Gay's kick is good, and the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. After marching down the field, only getting 3 there, it kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So here come the Texans now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. The 4 touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The numbers on the ground for Pierce last week. 13 carries, 58 yards, and a score.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense because you know those big guys up front are doing work. But now the goal is to get to 10. And don't for a second think that the defense doesn't know that. They'd like to do their best to keep him at the end zone in this one.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. The Texans had 10-3 on the year, and they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action. Here's Stroud. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. Stroud now on 2nd down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 32-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Stroud. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Give them 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. 3rd and 1. Stroud. Hard throw. incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
4th down, Stroud going to try to throw for it. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 10. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. And his throw is incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Lawrence. Screenplay. Here's Etienne. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Fielded at about the 28. Nifty move. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Stroud here. 1st and 10. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Hand off right side to Pierce. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
First down, they go right back to Pierce. And he's got some space here. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
They go again with Pierce. And able to work his way down to the 16. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Back to the ground with Pierce. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Now Stroud. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Evan Ingram works his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. You look at the numbers for him, and 1,000 yards obviously well within his sights, barring injury. He will get there. The question, will he get there in this game?
Well, he would love to. Duh, right? Of course he would. But, you know, watching him play this year, we often talk about defenses, you know, allocating extra resources to try and stop a guy of his ilk, right? But you know what else kicks in? His pride to say, okay, I don't care how many you throw in my direction, I'm still going to find a way to get open. I will use different moves. I will move against formation. I will come underneath routes and try and run through some people and kind of get natural picks in order to work his way open. He wants to get that 1,000, and he doesn't want any less passes to come to his direction.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. They'll run with Etienne. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. They complete, and now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield, and the Texans scoop it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Stroud off the play fake. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Stroud on 3rd down now. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
Here we go on 4th down. Pierce has it knocked loose. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Now Lawrence. Quick slant caught by Kirk. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Here's Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Texans will take over. Houston set to take over. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so. But maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Finding room at midfield. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Pierce gets this one running right. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Yeah, once more strong running. That's a blocking kind of attack. Right here.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Stroud now on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. Gets past one man. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 80 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Pierce now up the middle. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's third and touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talk to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. On second down, a run with Etienne. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. On third down, here's Etienne. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Looking to throw. Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Offense back out there along with Dameon Pierce. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than...
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Texans are going to have it here just past the 25. One side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
And now out comes Houston. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Tyson Campbell.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. Heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Taken from about the 12. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Stroud coming right back after the pick six.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Stroud working out of the gun.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Dorrance Armstrong.
Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, that's what they have to do more defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down.
Stroud to throw it.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Jags are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
On second and very short, Lawrence. And a loose football. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and that game is tied 10-all in the second quarter. From there, we'll head down to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And they trail in that one to the visiting Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And at the half, they trail the visiting Jets in that ball game. Aaron Rodgers carving them up with 3 touchdown passes. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he's got to be wondering what happened in that first half. 3 interceptions, very uncharacteristic.
And even the great ones go through phases like this, like what we just saw. And most of them, they have such a mental capacity to throw it out and essentially start over. I think that's where he's headed now.
He's got his opportunity to throw it out. Let's see how he does. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. First and 10, it's Stroud. And a quick throw here, that's complete. On second down, it's Stroud. Over the middle, complete. That's Washington. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Play action. Here's Stroud. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A big play there. 55 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to next-gen stats. Wow. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10. At their own 23. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Four yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. Lawrence will throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. Probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Texans set to come onto the field. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. The 2nd down throw now from Stroud. That's underneath to Pierce. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. 52 yards. And the Texans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Oh, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Lawrence. Screenplay. Here's Etienne.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point.
Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here.
The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke.
127 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Pierce takes it straight ahead. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Another carry for Pierce.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Give to Pierce.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Dameon Pierce hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From the 10. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Straight ahead, Etienne.
And this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the 2nd straight play. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Logan Cook now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
Houston's offense taking over again. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles, and I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Now a handoff for Pierce.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Play action. Stroud now.
And this one's incomplete. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
Stroud on 3rd down now.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 28. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
They'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Here's Stroud.
Now they go screen. It's complete. Touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Texans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. That time a 6-play drive. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone.
This is taken just shy of the 10.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Now Lawrence.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get 15, but they still need it a little bit more. 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence.
Man open. That's Calvin Ridley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Lawrence going to throw again.
Looking sideline. Incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence.
And that will be incomplete.
Intended for safe yards. Results, 4th down.
4th down. Here's Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
The tackle made just shy of midfield.
On 3rd down, here's Pierce.
Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 7.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
And they'll go right back to Pierce.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the carry, this is Pierce. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Here's Pierce. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Texans on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
That's a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Stroud looking to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Going for it with Pierce. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Throwing, completing, quick to Calvin Ridley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Draw play, ETN. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. From midfield now, Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 9 yards is the loss on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. ETN bringing in another one. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. On the ground, and he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Jags grab it. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble.
Jaguars offense ready to set up shop here again. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
He'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point by Gain is up and good, and that will cut this lead down to 25.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Texans offense set to regain possession. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
And Pierce gets it again on second down.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Stroud.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.